Alright. I just got done doing a whole bunch of talking, and now I'm going to do even more talking. It kind of blows my mind a little bit. I'm sitting here doing all this for like one thing only, man. I'm just trying to get these 400 watch hours. I also felt like streaming because this is I was asked by someone if I was doing any more of the like really big stuff that you guys like. I'm kind of known for doing some really intense dropships and gunships and things like that, but I think I've kind of amped it up a whole nother level. Like the JCG was a thing that we all have to live with because it's really big. But the problem is it did this, and then it did this, and it went up like the Empire State Building, and it looked really bad. This, on the other hand, this is an unmodified ATOT dropship body. I haven't. The only modification that I've made to it is I've extended out the back, but I haven't added any more sections to it, like the. I think the Liberator added another rib section. Some dropships I basically add another rib section because how the actual LEGO instructions work is that, are we live? Yeah, okay, making sure. Or that the actual, when you put it all together, you have like you have the front nose piece, the fuselage, the troop bay, and then you have the fuselage that comes then on top, and then there's like a connection piece in the middle for the ATOT dropship part. I actually used to add two of those, or like one of those on top of the one that was already there to make it longer and then have more room to work with and build things with. I actually haven't done that to this model. This is, like I said, this is a standard ATOT dropship body, other than the back is elongated quite a bit. But for now, this is pretty basic. All right, though, I'm falling in love with this model. This is by far one of my most, it's now one of my favorite models because it just looks really good. I've got pretty much everything grouped up the way that it should be. Currently, I'm working on, I think, a really cool feature. I really like what's going on with this feature. So basically what this is, right, is on the inside here are these kind of geared tracks, right? And basically what happens is on the outside there's a knob. I'm only doing I only want to do one because I don't want to add too much friction. But basically you turn this knob, and this entire thing, which is connected all the way back, is going to start extending out the entire length of however long you push it out until it gets to the very back. So if we take and we group again, and we remove the back door and then remove the back tank, you can see here's the back of the track. It goes all the way back to here. This piece will just barely fit underneath here, but it will go all the way out, and then it will stop because it can't go past these pieces. And then you have just this long bed kind of extended out here. And I really don't have a lot of room, and it's only 2 studs wide, so I kind of slept on it all night long, and I thought about it, and I basically came up with the conclusion that I shouldn't use it for anything other than what it was originally intended to be used for. So on the 7676 gunship and the gunship before that, the first ever LEGO gunship that came out, they actually had probe droids stationed in top of the gunship, which I've always thought was stupid. Like, probe droids, like, how dumb is that type stuff? But because I have all this space, I might as well use it as a probe droid kind of storage bin. and it would all roll out basically. And as it's rolling out, you would have like 10, I'm thinking maybe it might be 10 to 15 droids like all take off and then go. So if you're bringing this dropship in and you land and you're not in hostile territory or anything, you open up this top hatch, this track rolls out, and all these probe droids take off, and then they go and they probe around looking for enemies and things like that. And that's kind of what I find to be the most interesting aspect out of this. Just going for like small details almost. Kind of like that. And then put it on a thing like that. Should be able to fit. Trying to see how much room these actually need. I think that'll be good. Let's take in Control C it. And start pasting it on in. For the noob gameplay, hey. 5, 6. So I think my original estimate was a little off, but I think we could ultimately kind of redesign a lot of this, kind of move them forward. Because I mean, like I'm making a pretty big gunship, so I might as well like go big or go home, right? Can't just leave it all. 6 probe droids, like come on, we could have tons more probe droids, not just 6. So let's put tons more in. Why hamper myself when we can do tons of them? Yep. And then that can all be grouped together when it's all done, which is great, to be honest. Because groups are how I kind of get through doing large projects like this. These groups can be so helpful. Like I'm just able to hide everything. I'm able to work through everything that I need to work. Don't have to worry about too much issues. $10 maybe? Can we get 10 in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we might be able to get 10 in. Maybe 9. Three, 3, 2 is 8. Oh, we're just gonna get 9 in. Yeah, because the back to tank is right, literally right there. If we hide all that, oh no! Definitely don't do that. We're not doing that. That was a huge mistake. Yeah, because the back to tank is right there, so we're not going to be able to fit another one. So 9 is 9. I can do 9. 9 is still a pretty substantial amount of probe droids. Alright, so now we can go ahead and should be able to group all that because it should not be connected to anything. So we can go ahead and group it. And then I could hopefully demonstrate how it's supposed to work. So basically, you don't even have to open this hatch first. Technically, you could just wheel it out and it would auto open this hatch because this hatch isn't locked down to anything. So you open up this hatch like so. For the sake of getting this to work how it's supposed to, we're going to place this right here. You then take the group and all of this is going to rotate on out like so. So now you have an army of probe droids ready to fight for you, basically. And this is all pretty much automated. It rotates on out, which I think is kind of the coolest thing. You just spin this, which spins the gear, and the gear is connected to this these teeth on this track, and then it rotates on out like so. And you have a whole bunch of probe droids ready to go. When you're done, you simply store them back in and close the hatch. Which is pretty simple. I like that a lot, actually. That's just such a cool and unique feature. I really don't see a lot of people do stuff like that. I think I'm kind of the first one, to be honest. Let me respond to this guy really quick. Okay. Okie D. Sorry. I've been rewatching the Clone Wars for a while now. It's kind of what made me and inspired me to actually come through and rework on another massive, large gunship. And this is what we have so far. And this is like, there's so many features that I've jam-packed into this one small thing that it blows my mind how much I've really done with this model in total. I really only planned on doing that because now I plan on watching Star Wars again, to just watch Star Wars again. Like, there's really no reason that I need to watch Star Wars. I would just like to, because that's really all I wanted to do was work on getting the rest of that tray filled out for those droids. But this is what we have so far. It's pretty much done visually on the outside. This is pretty much everything. So yeah. See you later.